Okay.
So संजय सर, इनकी कहीं गेसु संवाद की ट्रांसक्रिप्ट्स कहीं अवेलेबल होती है क्या?
They are available. There is a channel of Gesu Samvad on YouTube.
Okay.
Okay, we have a few colleagues joining in. The first couple, we have another 4 minutes before we start. So we'll give another few minutes for everyone else to join. Hi, we're coming up to time, so just give me a second. Okay. Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all our Gesu friends from across the world. It's a great pleasure to be here today in our Gesu Samvad 57, right? Number 57. I am Abhay Kekre, and I will be hosting the session today with another one of our alumni from Gesu, right? Before I begin, I was just doing some reading earlier in terms of, alma maters, and I was looking at what alma maters mean for many of us, right? And I mean, if we look at the literal and physical definition of that word, it basically means nourishing mother, right? And our alma mater, Gesu, has played that part in our lives. It's one of our most cherished experiences and in our life, and it has defined a lot of us. Gesu Samvad is a wonderful initiative which has been created by some amazing individuals from Gesu alumni who created this vehicle for us to be able to connect, know each other. And as a family, as Samvad, if we look at it as a family, it helps us understand how big our family is, how well entrenched in this world our family is, and where all our family members are. And today, in the same spirit of extending our family and introducing us to even other members whom we may know, many of us know our batchmates, many of us know 1 or 2 years junior, senior, or friends and family who are from the same region. We come to know those, but through Samvad, we are now able to meet and learn and know more of our family members of this wonderful institution, GESU, across the world. And in the same spirit today, we have the opportunity of meeting somebody who is a very accomplished individual, a pass out of mechanical stream 2003, who went on to do his post-graduation in the US, and then pursued a very non-traditional career, something many of us may not even be aware of or know about. And the purpose of today's talk will be for us to learn and know more about this individual, and to learn about his life experiences, his career experiences, and how he has progressed, and how he can then share some of his life journey thoughts and experiences with us to enable us to also think and brighten our hope and our horizon of thought. Yeah? So without further ado, I would like to welcome Pritesh Kasliwal today. Hey, good morning, Pritesh.
Hello, good morning, Abhay sir, and thank you to GESU alumni community, and thank you everyone, Sanjay sir, Puneet sir, for conducting and organizing this. This is a great service to the community. Appreciate that.
Excellent. It's wonderful speaking to you, Pritesh. As I understand, it's a very stormy weather outside there for you today morning.
Yes, it's there's once in a year snowstorm kind of situation in Raleigh, North Carolina, and today is the day. So तूफान के अंदर की शांति है ये.
What a coincidence, है? बाहर दुनिया में तूफान चल रहा है और यहाँ हम बढ़िया अपनी गपशप मार रहे हैं. Wonderful. So Pritesh, thank you very much for doing this. It's lovely speaking to you. Thank you for joining, and we look forward to learning more about you as a person, and learning about your career and your accomplishments. You're certainly a very accomplished individual, and we take great pride in your accomplishments and would love to listen to them today. We have a lot of our friends. I can see we have at least about 10, 12 people right now, and more joining in by the minute. So you can reach out to all our from various batches, and all our colleagues are listening to us from the GESU family. So again, a very warm welcome, Pritesh, and let us start the session by talking a little bit about yourself, right? So if you can share with us a little bit about your life journey, about your childhood, where you are from, and what have been some of your life experiences so far.
Sure. So thank you again, Professor. So I was born and raised in Ujjain, so puri family sab Ujjain se hi hai. I went to St. Paul's School 15 years from nursery to 12th, St. Paul's School se hi. And then after that, I joined GESU. So total, all education, right from 3 years to 22 years, it's all from, so 19 years of education from Ujjain. And then, so after Ujjain, I came straight away to US to pursue my MS. But Ujjain has always been mother to me. सब कुछ Ujjain से ये मेरी family अभी पूरी Ujjain में है. Father, brother, my entire family. So we have a very traditional family background from Ujjain.
Right. So tell us some about, how did you start off into GESU? What was your, how did you come into GESU engineering? How did you choose those career path? I mean, that educational path.
So when the PETMS selection was 1999, actually my first branch was chemical. I joined GESU as a chemical, but there were several professors. I mean, chemical has great professors, and I really was impressed by the capabilities of professors at mechanical engineering, and something in me was telling me that I'm more attuned to mechanical engineering than chemical engineering. It came more natural to me. So I decided to shift the branch from chemical to mechanical in second year of engineering, and it's been a great journey since then. There was one of the best decisions of my life to move into mechanical, but because I really like it, it comes to my heart. So it's a great, nourishing and fulfilling experience.
But how did you? I mean, what made you choose engineering? How did that come?
My entire family is from medical professional, right?
Okay.
So they have medical professional background. So for some reason, उस time उज्जैन में, इंदौर में, and this is you're talking about mid-90s, काफी ज़्यादा engineering का, specifically on the IITs and the engineering side, Gupta tutorials खुला ही खुला था. So all of that environment was hardcore engineering. There was some medical, but every one of my friends, everyone I know, हर कोई engineering करता था. तो honestly, it was not a well thought out, भाई सोचे समझे कि नहीं engineering ही करना है. But like वो होता है ना इंडिया में, हाँ यार सब लोग इंजीनियरिंग करें, अपने दोस्त भी इंजीनियरिंग करें, अच्छा भी है, इंटरेस्टिंग भी है. और आई वाज रियली गुड एट मैथ, तो
Acha.
दैट prompted me to move towards engineering.
Okay. Very interesting. So like many of us during that time, I also recollect many of us, it was like everybody was going into engineering. That was the way to go. And I guess the same for you as well. So I'm sure, I mean, all of us cherish our time during our university and college days. I'm sure you have some fond memories of your time in GESU. Tell us, if there are some which strike and remain with you even now.
Oh yeah, a lot of fond memories. The one that stands out is I think third year या final year engineering में हम लोगों ने play किया था, हमारी batch के लोगों ने, called monsoon welding. Not coming from mechanical engineering background, it was not welding, but welding, right? And उस time not sure if many people remember, but उस time उज्जैन में पानी की बहुत ज्यादा कमी हुआ करती थी, right? 2001-2 में बारिश नहीं होता, something like that. So this play was about crime master Gogo आता है और वो पैसे की जगह पानी मांगता है, and all of that. It was so much fun. I was directing the play. I acted in the play as well. So those memories were like something like that, right? Those were some of the best memories. और फिर जो standard गेसु memories होती है, right? समोसे, चाय, कैंटीन के, right? वो तो कैसे भूल सकते हैं. Or फिर junction पे, I'm sure everyone had some great memories at junction. So I had some of the best memories at junction. Even first year में वो line से सब खड़े होके third button होके and jokes मारना एक दूसरे को, and it was so much fun.
Yes, it's interesting that you choose, the memories with friends, talking about the place, talking about the time you spent in the canteen or on the way to the junction, etc. I mean, and when the more people I talk to, all of us tend to sort of have those memories, and I think that's what defines you as a person when you make all those relationships and have those memories. Very interesting. So कैसा रहा आपका, how was your educational aspect of GESU? You came into mechanical, you chose mechanical, you found it more interesting, you felt you were more attuned to it. But then how did you decide to, from GESU in those days, moving into the US? That's a very interesting step. How did you take that step? How did that happen?
So it's a very interesting. उस time गेसु में अपना इतना environment नहीं था US का या higher education का, specifically abroad. There was lot more environment for like GATE or some environment about MBA and all of that. But higher education का उतना नहीं था. So I used to be a voracious reader. तो second year of engineering में इंदौर उज्जैन के कॉमन न्यूज़पेपर्स होते हैं, तो न्यूज़पेपर्स पे कुछ एडवर्टीजमेंट आया अबाउट दिस इंस्टीट्यूट कॉल्ड IICHE इन इंदौर, जो हायर एजुकेशन के लिए they teach you, they train you, and perhaps can help you attain your goals in higher education. तो इंदौर उज्जैन है, तो मैंने पेरेंट्स से बोला जाके मिलने में क्या दिक्कत है. So I went, right, and there I was like, man, this is a very interesting career option. It's a very expensive option, but then I also learned that if you work hard, and there are certain aspects that if you address during your engineering, the good thing was that I came to know about all of that in second year of engineering. तो जो IICHE के डायरेक्टर थे, उन्होंने बोला कि if you address these certain specific aspects during your engineering, there's a good chance you can get scholarship, right? So given that, I did probably 8 or 10 paper presentations in GESU. मैंने खुद ने 2-3 paper presentation contest organize की. I went to several colleges within India to do paper presentation contests. I went to Malvika Regional Engineering College, Jaipur. I did one at IIT Mumbai and things like that. So those paper presentation contests helped me a lot to achieve that scholarship in US. Obviously, you have to maintain your score, right? जो grades होती हैं, college की grades होती हैं, वो तो हैं ही. So there are a lot of aspects to applying for higher education in US. GRE obviously is one of the key aspects. So if you address each one of those aspects individually, chances are higher that you can get scholarship, and this is exactly what happened. So after graduating, when I applied, I immediately got full scholarship. At that time, it was $80,000, which is, you know, there's no way my family, you know, middle class families can afford such amount of money. You're talking about 40-50 lakhs rupees, right? So that was, I think that was a serendipity. Apparently, the project that I was working on at that time, it was sponsored by US Office of Naval Research, ONR. So I mean, that scholarship, I did my thesis in MS on that ONR related subject called Dynamics in Linear Time Varying Controls of Unmanned Surface Vehicles. Basically, ship system को 6 degree of freedom में कैसे optimize करना unmanned motion के लिए. So वो सब, I think to answering your specific question, I think early knowledge of what I wanted to do in my life helped me a lot and address the specific aspects that I could actually go on through my engineering and apply that. Yeah.
Very interesting. And you know, thinking in this manner, thinking very, very differently, right? At that point of time, were there others along with you as well who chose this path, or were you?
There was one more individual who knew what he wanted to do, and that gentleman was from Indore. So yes, and he was also from mechanical, but there were not many. What surprising लगता है वैसे. जैसे जब मैं US आया, right? If you talk about people from you know, bigger cities, engineering colleges, हैदराबाद से हुआ या बैंगलोर से, right? So मैं अपने यहाँ पर US में जो क्लास में जो who came from India उनसे बात करता था, तो वो लोग बोलते थे कि हाँ, हमारी बैच में 60 लोग हैं, 60 में से 58 हायर एजुकेशन के लिए अब्रॉड जाते, some of them move back to India. तो I was like, क्या बात कर रहा है यार, हमारे यहाँ तो 1 या 2 आते हैं, वो भी you know, it's just by luck, right? तो I was like कि सब लोग ऐसा क्यों नहीं करते, because there's so much opportunity, right? I believe that in 21st century, you got to have global exposure in anything. Sure, you can go back to India, and you know, a lot of our colleagues and batchmates have done that, and you know, you contribute to our country for sure, 100%. But to do that, right, everyone need to have. Even Gandhiji had an international exposure when he went to South Africa, right? So everyone got to have some level of international exposure to really create a difference in India, and it's happening, right? I mean, you can see a lot of companies and all of that. So sahi mein bhi India mein the international exposures of all kinds help to grow the country a lot.
Yeah, so it's almost 20 years ago, right? This when you had this thought process of deciding to go in for your postgraduate.
20 years. So immediately after joining ISCHE in 6 months, I appeared for. So second year mein GRE clear kar di thi. And then in third year and fourth year, I was addressing those specific aspects कि भाई paper presentation होनी चाहिए और scores ठीक ठाक आने चाहिए, grades ठीक ठाक होनी चाहिए.
So one of the things, I mean, Pritesh, I'm really energized by listening to how you were thinking, how you approached it. And, you know, you described your background, you described where you come from. And for an individual from Ujjain, who's joined GESU and in second year decides that he wants to go to the US, is not deterred by the financial amount that is, you know, 40-50 lakh ke baad, it's not bothering you. You have big dreams. That's an amazing thought process. I must compliment you, and very few people have that. So one of the things I would like, you know, if anything, you know, one takeaway from me is never fear and have big dreams, and you know, you'll find a way through it. It's just so amazing to listening to that accomplishment of yours. I mean, at that point of time.
Oh, and I'm not saying it was smooth, right? There were a lot of challenges. I mean, I still remember जब मैं apply करने के लिए अपने admin के पास गया, तो मैंने कहा सर transcripts बनवाना है, तो बोलते ये क्या होता है?
Wow.
मैंने कहा सर वो अप्लाई जब आप बाहर जाते हैं अप्लाई करते हैं अब्रॉड पढ़ने के लिए राइट तो दे नीड अ स्पेसिफिक सेट ऑफ ट्रांसक्रिप्ट्स योर मार्कशीट्स इन अ स्टैम्प्ड फॉर्मेट एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट बोलते अरे हाँ 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 2-3 साल पहले सो आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट द सिस्टम इज बैड आई एम सेइंग दैट the system is not used to it. Maybe it has changed now, I don't know, right?
Probably.
But the system is not used to it, right? Once the system is used to it, right, I can see hundreds of students going abroad for higher education. And I repeatedly am saying that you got to have international exposure even to make your country a better place, right? When you learn from other different countries, it makes a lot of difference.
Very interesting. No, thanks for sharing that story. I mean, transcripts kya hoti hai? I'm sure a few individuals even today may be wondering what transcripts are. You know, those who have not thought of further education or moving out. But what that tells me is that one, it's probably an ignorance coming in from a smaller place, right? But that didn't prevent you from moving out. Like your story of Hyderabad, where everybody is just looking at moving out. I also had friends who had, in Bombay, who like everybody was thinking about moving to the US, and the entire system that the college entire system works around that thought process of moving out to the US, not for any other reason, but for pursuing better educational prospects and becoming a global, getting into a global career and all that sort of stuff. So that's very, very interesting. I would encourage a lot of the current students, if they're listening to this or when they listen to this, to make note of this point, right? That one needs to, persevere and follow through. And Samvad and this alumni group is here to help us and educate us on if we do not know what we need to do. I mean, in today's world, we're so well connected. I mean, it's just reaching out over the internet, over the social media across our alumni and asking these questions. At that time, I doubt if there was anything like this for you.
Oh no, in fact, interesting story. When I was in my university in 2003 or 4, Mark Zuckerberg tha tab Stanford mein, he was apparently starting the Facebook. At that time, it was not Facebook. And he was giving account to only certain universities to check the system. And our university was one of them.
Wow.
So I had Facebook account 2004 because, our university was one of the first ones to check and how the system works. So 2004-5 से. So it's a very interesting story. तब ऐसा लगता था कि what is this Facebook, right? At that time it was the Facebook, right? And now you see 18 years, right? And where is Mark Zuckerberg?
And everybody's on Facebook. I must confess, I'm not a very good social media. I'm not very astute on social media, but even I am on Facebook. But it's like everybody, it's all pervasive today. What an interesting story. But while talking to you, I realize you're a very unique personality, even though our non-traditional career options for engineer is the topic for the day. But you too are a very unique and very different kind of a person, I'm thinking. So how did that happen? Like theater, I see you're interested in yoga. You're talking of directing this play in your during Gesu. You're talking about reaching for the stars in Gesu. How did that happen? How did that Pritesh come to be? Is that your natural self or are there influences?
So a lot comes from giving back to the society, sir. The kind of cultural values and all of that. I've always believed in that. The more you give back to the society, the better you feel. In fact, जब अभी last year pandemic में हुआ था, so I orchestrated about $12,000 within from my organization and myself and friends and family to to the Gesu जो गुंजन सिद्धार्थ sir के efforts थे USA. To collect donations. So, myself and my organization contributed. So, I have a strong passion for that, giving back to the society. So coming back to the yoga aspect, I always believe that the science of yoga is a very strong science. There are not many papers written. There's not much research done. So just to connect the dots, I did my MS in mechanical engineering, right? Autonomous vehicles and all of that. So मेरे जो thesis advisor थे, right? In US, right? If you are pursuing your MS and you're writing a thesis, you are assigned an advisor जो तुमको guide करता है, जो basically तुम्हारा माता पिता होता है उस time पे on the academic perspective. So I had a fortune of getting my advisor as Dr. Chandrasekhar Nataraj, who's IIT Chennai alumni, GPA 10 out of 10, and then he went to MS PhD in Arizona, GPA 4 out of. So probably one of the smartest mechanical engineering on this planet, right? Unke naam ki books chalti hain, right? There are formulas on his name on vibration engineering. So he was my thesis guide. So I learned a lot from him. Very challenging, but extensively. You're talking about 12 15 घंटे 1 1.5 साल तक रोज पेल की thesis topic करना, code run karna, ye sab karna. So it was a lot of hard work, but I learned a lot. And that mechanical engineering concepts were ingrained in me. And we'll talk about patents, but this yoga topic I did, research I did, it is a lot to do with mechanical engineering, because some of the researches I have done is paranasal sinus ventilation while humming to prevent and cure COVID. So basically जो हमारे यहाँ जो sinuses होते हैं इसमें nitric oxide नाम का एक chemical होता है, naturally होता है, it's supposed to be extremely good for your body, for your health and all of that. जब हम नाक से सांस लेते हैं और छोड़ते हैं तो this nitric oxide chemicals comes in your nose and kills viruses, and that's how it protects. That's why naak se saans leni chahiye. However, when you do paranasal sinus ventilation, that is humming, या जो हिंदी में बोलते हैं भ्रमरी प्राणायाम, जब आप हम करके बाबा रामदेव का सुना, तो apparently through this mechanical engineering phenomenon called Helmholtz resonation, so right, mechanical engineering. So with this Helmholtz resonation, the amount of nitric oxide that is released in your nose and increased 15 times. Right? Several researchers have proven that. Right? So basically, all you have to do is, 8 ya 10 bar humming karo ya bhramari pranayam karo. Now, there's a chance that agar hota bhi hai, to it will be less and things like that. So all my research, I have posted ton of. So I've worked with top two doctors of India and United States, and some of the best doctors of India and United States, to post this thesis, and and we have posted several YouTube videos. Now, is it a short way? Absolutely not. But hey, it's certainly helping. It cannot harm, right? So all of those aspects, and I strongly believe that these concepts of yoga, and pranayama and all of that has so much science behind it. It's just we need to write papers, right? We need to do thesis, right? It's not empirical, right? Agar hum lots of data dalenge, to I can assure you a lot of great things will come out of it. So connecting dots, the things that I have learned in Ujjain, the things I have learned in mechanical engineering, I think if we connect all the dots, this is how I'm giving back to the society.
Amazing. No, it's very interesting, and I think you probably even, you have a YouTube video which we have already shared with the links that as part of the Samvad, and I would encourage those of you interested can go in and listen to that wonderful conversation that you had with a few doctors around yoga, and probably learn a bit. Thank you very much for sharing that. Let's just remain a little bit with Gesu. So any other stories or any other memories you want to share? I recollect you had a very interesting final year struggle before you.
Oh yeah, so very interesting story, and thanks to my professor, specifically Bansor sir, jo abhi Gesu mein nahi hai, but my God, he was a lifesaver for me. So the story is final year engineering mein, I had just before, like a week before the exam, I had an accident. And my right hand ka thumb ka bone was broken, right? So there's no way I could write. And this is like 7 days before the 7th sem ka final engineering ka exam. And I was like, ki bhai, gaya career, ab kya karenge, right? Exam kaise denge? So I went to Bansor sir, and unke ghar gaya, and sir is like, yaar, ye to bahut छोटी सी प्रॉब्लम है, लाइफ में बहुत बड़ी बड़ी प्रॉब्लम्स आती हैं. So he helped me. He assigned someone from first year engineering, mechanical engineer. Jayant Verma was the gentleman, and thank you, Jayant, for doing that. So he assigned Jayant Verma to write exam for me. And additionally, joint family में रहते थे, तो मैं अपनी cousin की daughter के cursive handwriting की book लाया. And then I started practicing writing by left hand, क्योंकि exam तो देनी थी. Right? तो वो 4-5 दिन सिर्फ left hand से लिखने की preparation की. So that combination of his effort and my effort, right? Because drawing भी बनाना पड़ता है, all of that, right? Mechanical engineering है. So वो सब करके somehow exam दिया and I cleared, right? सारे subjects pass हुए, even with this limited capability. So I think that was one of the most challenging times of my life, and thanks to Bansor sir, he really helped me sail through this. I'll always owe one to him. उनको मैंने 2-4 साल बाद 5 साल बाद मिला, बताया, बोलते यार मुझे तो याद भी नहीं है, right? That's how the personality of such gentlemen are, कि मतलब उनको इतनी बड़ी-बड़ी चीजें कर देते हैं और उनको याद भी नहीं रहता है.
No, that's very true. And I think you mentioned Jayant Verma, if I heard you correctly.
Yeah.
So Jayant, if you're listening to this or will be listening to this at another point of time, do remember that fond time when you helped Pritesh, and it's such an amazing moment, wonderful story. Thanks for sharing. And I do think there are other stories as well, but what I find very interesting in what you described was right hand टूट गया, final exam 1 हफ्ते के अंदर है, and after you obviously got the support of the institution, professors, and you got this person, but you chose to learn to write with your left hand. And if I hear you correctly, you can still write with your left hand.
Yes, I can still write with my left hand. In fact, in my office, in some of the games, on a board, right, I took pen in left hand, right hand, and started writing
with both hands at the same time
simultaneously. Because there was a time that when I was thinking, lefty ban jate hain, right? Not in cricket, right? Cricket, I'm horrible.
Saurav Ganguly is the only one I know.
I know, don't.
Sachin Tendulkar, but you're in
great. When I met. So, but then I started writing with my both left hand and right hand, and it's an amazing thing. Or abhi bhi I can still write by my both left hand and right hand, because काफी सारे exams left hand से दी.
Wow, I've tried to even scribble with my left hand is impossible, and I know there are very, very few people in this world who can use and write with their left and right hand. Very few. Ambidextrous people बहुत कम होते दुनिया में. So you're, I don't know how you do it, but for most of those people that I have known till date are naturally, they've been blessed with that talent. But for you to have created that, I mean, I marvel at the strength of your mind to, जो करना चाहो वो कर दिखाया. Amazing. I mean,
हाँ सर, बहुत बड़ी बात है, जो करना चाहो वो कर दिखाया. Obviously उतना जज्बा नहीं था, right, at that time. Is just of कि यार क्या करेंगे. There were not a lot of options, right? I mean, what will you do, right, when your right hand is broken? There's no other thing, just start writing by left hand.
It tells a lot about you. It tells a lot about you. I mean, the fact, facing such an adverse situation. I mean, how many people truly hand on heart can say that I'm at such an important stage of my life, and I have got the support of somebody to come in and, to train yourself within 5 days to write with your left hand. Wow, that's an incredible thing to have done, and it's just adding to your, for us in the Gesu alumni family and the current students. I mean, it's just amazing. Some of the stories you've shared and your experiences in Gesu and how you came through it. Fantastic. I also believe there was another story related to your, as a mechanical engineer, your love for electrical engineering as well.
Yeah. So, we'll talk about my patent career, but I will, one of the stories that I wanted to share. So when I was at GE, 2011 to 2015, we were at the controls business, GE Controls. I was managing their patent portfolio for controls business in Virginia. And obviously, when you're talking about controls, it applies to everything, right? Gas turbines, wind turbines, solar, right? All kinds of control system. Since I was in part of engineering legal field, there was a major lawsuit filed against GE and Mitsubishi. This was a patent lawsuit. And पूरे 4 साल में गेसू में पूरे 4 साल में कभी कोई मेरा सब्जेक्ट नहीं अटका except one, that was electrical. तो वो electrical मुझे 2 बार पढ़ना पड़ा, right? तो concepts इतने clear हो गए. So when this GE lawsuit came, and this was in a specific electrical technology called zero voltage ride through, right? So I was able to jump on it immediately because my concepts were fairly clear because 2 बार subject पढ़ा था. And then I could immediately apply my knowledge of electrical engineering and help GE win that lawsuit. Apparently at that time, it's on Google, you can search it, news. GE won a lawsuit against Mitsubishi in 2012 for $170 million. So, and I played a major role because, all the inventors and all the folks that were part of my team. And I was driving a lot of efforts on that. So it's a very interesting, kahan, matlab, aapko lagta hai ki अरे यार एक subject अटक गया क्या करेंगे, but that turned out to be very, very positive thing in my life.
Your optimism is inspiring, and I hope it rubs off on all the people listening today, how you went through this. So very interesting stories of Gesu and how they defined you as a person and all these experiences. And, we talk of a VUCA world today, which is very volatile, which is changing. And, you have to adapt, you have to bring in agility, resilience. These are some of the things we're talking about today in industry. But listening to you, I feel you had adopted this in 2002. I mean, when you were just in Gesu and even before, right? To have all these ability to be, fight all these situations which were presented, and with a lot of optimism. Paper ruk gaya, usko bhi aapne positively le liya. Wonderful. What a wonderful thought process. It's very interesting to hear your thought process. And I think that's very, very important for people listening in to understand how somebody who, is looking for a good career, looking for a global career, is looking to, for success in life in terms of professional aspects, right? How to think. I really, find some of these points very interesting about the way you described your thought process. Chaliye, let's move on. Let's move to your post-graduation when you went to the US, right? A big jump from Ujjain straight into the US. And if I understand correctly, this was your first move. How was that step up, moving from Ujjain Engineering College to your post-graduation?
So I did, thank you for that, sir. So I did my MS from Villanova University, Pennsylvania, and did my thesis and everything, right? So it was a lot of learning experience. और बहुत सारी बातें जो मुझे लगता है कि हम engineering colleges में इंडिया में अडाप्ट कर सकते हैं. No, there are good and bad things about each institution, but जैसे हमारा जो mindset होता है, it's more about grades and little less about learning, right? Like, hey, अरे marks अच्छे आने चाहिए, and yeah, learning is a good byproduct, right? In US, specifically the university I went to, it's the other way around. Learning is more focused. ठीक है, grades आ रहे हैं अच्छे, ठीक है, नहीं भी आए तो it's all right. They are coupled, but not so much, right? I mean, I think if you are focusing more on learning, because until and unless you are like doing a hardcore PhD, no one cares. Sir, आपको पता है, no one cares what grades did you get in your engineering, और आपको तो याद भी नहीं होगा 12th में कितने percentage थे, right? When you worked so hard, right? तो वो difference होता है कि the focus is on learning. So like I still remember हम लोगों की जो MS की exam होती थी, our professor would come in US only, right? Professor would come and he's like, hey, here's the problem in the industry going on right now. No one knows what the answer is. Class, go and figure out. You have 1 week to figure out the problem and then come back, right? And it's an optimization problem, right? The solution एक जैसे किसी के हो ही नहीं सकते, because there are number of different aspects to each one of those. तो आप cheating भी नहीं कर सकते. Right? I mean, not that you care, but the point was you can talk to each other, but no one can have same solution. So you apply, or you do your own research, you apply on main topics, and this is like right now a problem that's going on in the industry. Right? So the other thing is, I don't know अभी है कि नहीं वो concept, but हमारे time पे GT का थोड़ा concept था. GT is जंगल तड़ी. तो यहाँ पर जब मैं आया, राइट, 6, 7, 8 महीने के बाद मैंने अपने अमेरिकन कलीग से पूछा, जो क्लासमेट था, मैंने कहा भाई यहाँ GT वीटी नहीं होती क्या? बोलता है ये क्या होता है? तो मैंने कहा कि अरे यार, मतलब इतना पढ़ना है, 1 आध दिन की छुट्टी मान लेते हैं पूरी क्लास, जस्ट फॉर द सेक ऑफ इट, टू अंडरस्टैंड हिज थॉट प्रोसेस. तो वो बोलता है कि अगर तू वॉलमार्ट जा रहा है और तूने पैसे दे दिए और बिना सामान लेके वापस आ रहा है, ऐसा करता है क्या? मैंने कहा पागल, ऐसा क्यों करेगा? राइट, पैसे दिए हैं तो सामान तो लेके. बोलते दिस इज एग्जैक्टली व्हाट यू आर आस्किंग मी टू डू. वाओ, राइट. बोलते आई एम पेइंग बिकॉज हम लोग रियलाइज नहीं होता है, बट इंडिया में फैमिली सपोर्ट जनरली बहुत होता है. US में because of the way society is, family support उतना नहीं होता है. So a lot of people daytime पे they do a waiter job and all of these, right, side jobs to study in the evening, right? So they pay through their nose to study in the evening. So for them, this is so valuable. In fact, her semester के end में professor का survey होता है and all of that, and
Correct.
they tell, right, what's the value they got from that specific course, right? So वो mindset, education is a privilege. वो मुझे ऐसा लगता था कि हाँ सब कोई तो पढ़ते, but when I came to United States, man, right, this is very interesting that education is a privilege. It comes, not many people get an opportunity to study and work hard. So that changed the mindset, that changed the thought process. Ki bhai, it is such a privilege to receive and read and understand all of this, because not many people in the world get this.
No, that's an amazing, you've said a lot in the, in the few words that you've used right now. Amazing concepts. One is the grades is a byproduct. It's the quest for knowledge, which is important. That change of attitude, mindset from where you came in and where you went, so I think that's a very amazing concept, and something that I would like our audience to definitely keep in mind for their futures and all that. It's to focus on the quest for knowledge and grow, right? And solving real world problems. I'm seeing a few comments, and there are a few references in the chat boxes to Three Idiots, where it's about the quest of knowledge and learning, not just the grades and all that, but it's an amazing parallel to the way you have described your journey and going in over there. And the concept, that story of going into a grocery store and paying money and not picking up what you need to in a supermarket like Walmart is an amazing, very good analogy for a lot of us, right? I mean, in India, education is highly subsidized, and we have a lot of social support as a family. So हमको बचपन से ये कहा जाता है कि बेटा तुम सिर्फ पढ़ाई करो और कॉलेज में एंट्री ले लो, बाकी तुम्हारी दुनिया सॉर्ट आउट हो जाएगी. Whereas in the Western world, student debt is a national debate. Today in the US, the student debt is one of the highest in the world, and people are really talking about in their parliament in terms of how can we ease it out for people. And I know for a matter that people live with student debt nearly all their life. हमारे यहाँ तो सिर्फ घर का लोन या कार का लोन सोचते हैं. एजुकेशन लोन भी हमारे काफी दोस्त लेते हैं, but it doesn't saddle us for life. So education definitely in India is जो चीज आसानी से मिल जाए, जिसका मतलब का मोल ना हो, सिर्फ दिमाग के बेसिस पे मिल जाए, compared to another place where somebody has the brains but doesn't have the funding for it. I mean, you can't afford it. It's so expensive. And the universities that you talk about are world universities, which cost a lot. So, and an amazing thought. So make the most of it. I would urge all the current batch students to please, listen to these things very, very carefully. Understand the different mindset which exists in the rest of the world. It's a very important thing to understand, right? So can I also, I'm sorry, quite a few people are joining. Whoever joins, please go on mute. Yeah, I'm trying to do that as you join, but please keep yourself on mute because there's a bit of background noise which comes through. So Pritesh, you'll be happy to know we have about 34 people on the session today who are listening to you, and I think it's great to be able to pass on some of these messages to them. So I was coming back to this. It's important for a lot of the current batch students and even pass outs who have just recently passed out, who are interested in going to the US, Europe, or someplace to pursue a higher education, further education. And even in India, I believe this is, if you're pursuing education in some of the premium educational institutes, the mindset is very, very different, right? And you have to be able to use your knowledge to solve unsolved problems. There are no real answers. कोई कुंजी नहीं मिलेगी जिसमें सब जवाब दिया जाएगा. आपको वो जवाब ढूंढना पड़ेगा, even if you're not doing a research kind of a thing. So great stories. I mean, and I was interested as well. What prepared you for this? How were you able to, adapt to this change? Because I'm like assuming if I was in that space, I would already be lost. I mean, when a professor comes in, when the education system is so different, how did you manage to adapt to this change?
So that's where Gesu ka jazba comes in, right? So not many Gesuites may know, but जो हमारा mathematics है, right? M2, M3, M4 के exams, trust me, these are some of the toughest exams in the world.
अच्छा.
बहुत 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 कठिन होती थी, एटलीस्ट हमारे टाइम पे तो, राइट? 35-45 मार्क्स लाना ही बहुत डिफिकल्ट होता था. So and lot of engineering concepts worldwide come from those mathematical concepts, because you can understand the overall concepts, the physics behind it, but the math, the complicated math, right? मेरी जो thesis थी, it was an 80-page thesis, right? 1.5 lakh line के code थे उसमें, and that's like so much algorithms in that, right? So but because वो ingenuity थी उसमें, mathematics की, and my concepts in mathematics was very clear, and specifically coming from Gesu background, right? So I think that helped a lot, specifically on the academics part, where if your concepts, and so math is a very important concept in life if you want to go for higher education, because once you are good at math, I think you can probably figure out most of the engineering, even in software coding, right? If you have good analytical skills in math, you can probably code anything that I did, right? Or one thing that I wanted to specifically tell folks कि ठीक है, हमारे engineering में ऐसा होता है कि ठीक है, mechanical, electrical, software ये अलग है, but in few years of your life it doesn't make a difference, सब वो mix हो जाता है, right? So like I did work on my thesis on autonomous vehicles, right? उसमें hardcore engineering के concept, mechanical engineering. I did जो coding थी मेरी पूरी MATLAB में थी, right? 1.5 lakh lines के code थे उसमें 2 साल में. So that's software coding, right? There's ton of electrical concepts that go in there, right? So all of the engineering, when you go in real world, you talk about Tesla, right? You have an electrical battery, right? You have the vehicle itself, right? You have all the software code running on it. So all of these things come together. So don't be just focused on, just a very specific stream, right? When specifically first year engineering में सारे subjects पढ़ाते हैं, right? All kinds of engineering. So focus on that, and have an open mind to grab all engineering concepts, and not just a very specific engineering domain कि अरे ये तो मेरा domain है ही नहीं, because दुनिया ऐसी नहीं चलती है, right? दुनिया में तो सब कुछ mix होके ही चलता है.
No, very good points. Very good points. I was very impressed with what you just mentioned, in the sense that the papers that you gave in Gesu, and you have the privilege of seeing the world outside as well in technical education, we had some of the toughest papers. So for all those, and then Gesu ka jazba jo aapne kaha ki kar dikhayenge, kuch bhi kar sakte hain, right? And having that confidence. So these are some very good takeaways for me as as you're explaining those. Not too many people, when you graduate from an institute, you always aspire for better. You're looking at outside world, and you don't realize how much your own, where you are, space offers you in life, right? And the way you described it, having some of the toughest papers in the world, तो अगर आप genuinely knowledge के quest में उसको आप ढंग से पढ़ेंगे, and if you invest your time and energy in it, you're ready to take on the world, is what I'm hearing you say.
These are very strong words, ready to take on the world. Yes, absolutely. But the more subtle way of saying कि यार अगर अच्छे से पढ़ेंगे, concepts clear करेंगे, तो life में सिर्फ engineering में नहीं, life in general हर चीज में fundamental issues नहीं आए.
You have to be sound.
And again, as you said, right, focus on more on learning than the grades. Grades तो हो जाएंगे.
And spread out across as well, right? Excellent. No, very interesting. Thank you very much for sharing. Pritesh, I'll just take a pause here to read a couple of comments. Ajay Patik sir is writing to say that I'm fortunate to have met you with your family during the Golden Jubilee Ujjain, and your intellect and Gesu passion was very much visible. Patik sir, I think Pritesh remembers that memory very fondly. Pritesh, right? Of meeting.
Sir, one of the nicest person I have met in my life is Ajay Patik sir. He's so well accomplished, but still nothing on his shoulders, right? It's an honor to actually just be friends and knowing Ajay sir, right? हम लोग chat करते रहते हैं आपस में every once in a while, and it's a privilege to know him.
Absolutely. And I'm sure a lot of people on this forum do share that about Pratik sir. I know for sure in our Southeast Asia Gesu group, we all talk very highly of him. He's an amazing gentleman. So Pratik sir, hats off to you. You're an amazing person. You continue to inspire many of us as well. Another comment which has come in about you, Pritesh. It's from Ajay Joshi. I'm not too sure which batch, but Ajay writes, one of the most important qualities of Pritesh is his network. He had a great network in college, outside college like IIT Mumbai, which made him a person who was well informed and ahead of competition. So a very important, this is a very important piece of information as well. And I think my classmate, Rajkumar Makhija, has also made a comment when we were talking about you having done your GRE in your second year and all. He said, it's very important to, planning is the most important part of progress. So you were well planned. So thanks, Makhija, for that comment. Right. Kimishra sir is saying, great thought process. IICHE is next building to my office. Very interesting. Good to know. Thank you, Kimishra sir. One more piece of information for you, Pritesh, and we are now, I think it's a great segue into what we're talking about. Tashi Chobe writes that, thank you, Gesu Samvad, for connecting great alumni. Happy to see someone who has been working in the field of intellectual property law. Tashi Chobe, batch 2015-2019, electrical engineering, right? Specializing at 3 years LLB, specializing in intellectual property law, Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur. So Pritesh, you have another alumni.
Okay, yeah, let's connect because you probably are the second Gesuite whom I'm meeting. If you are Gesuite, I'm presuming
Yes.
that you is in the domain of intellectual property. It's just rare, and yes, it's a great segue to move into that part.
Absolutely. So let's use that. And Tashi, definitely you can reach out to Pritesh after this. He would be more than happy to talk to you and counsel you. But there's another question which says, do share few tips for current students aspiring for higher education, right? So if there's anything you would like to say, a few words, and then we can move to patents straight away after that.
So a number of themes, right? Plan couple of things, right? Plan ahead, be early. थोड़ी बहुत सबसे mistake होती है, मुझसे भी हुई है, right? Everyone does mistake. It's okay to do mistakes, but if you have a lot of time, you can reconcile on those mistakes and work it to make better, right? It's perfectly okay to try one thing and fail at it. It's perfectly okay to do that. But if you have a lot of time, right, ahead, if you plan ahead, वो गलती होती भी है, so you can fix it and move it on in other life. And then obviously, right, feel free to reach out to me for any questions on higher education. Things may have changed here and there a bit, but I still think, right, the concepts, the basic concepts remain same, right? For if you want to come to do MS in US, right, you appear for your MS, you have to clear GRE, you have to have good grades, and then obviously, right, thode paper presentation, all those personality aspects come into picture as well.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I'll just add on over here to those who do want to aspire for higher education. You can use this as this recording will be available on the Samvad platform. And you can always refer back to some of the comments and conversation we had in the earlier part of this, right? So Lokendra is also writing, Ankur Mehrotra from 97, ex-Motorola has also done IP consulting. So great. So let's move on now to patents, right? And, it's been a very interesting conversation so far. And now let's get into the meat of it in terms of what are patents? I have a brief understanding, a very high level understanding, but help us understand, educate us. What does patents mean?
अच्छा, तो अपन basics से एकदम start करते हैं. I'm sure you know, sir. You're very humble. But let's talk about specifically tech companies, right? हम चलो वैक्सीन की बात करते हैं, right? या pharmaceutical drugs की बात करते हैं. Suppose a company invents this cure for cancer, right? And it takes a lot of efforts, right? You're talking about clinical trials, R&D effort. You're talking hiring PhD engineers, right? All those kind of things, right? 7-8 साल में आप इतना रिसर्च करके, भाई ये जो पिल है, ये ड्रग है, ये बहुत अच्छी है, and it can cure cancer. You launch that in the market, right? Turns out that your competition copies it and sells it for 1/10 of the cost because they haven't invested into R&D. तो ये जो पहली कंपनी है जिसने इतना extensive amount invest किया है, they would go bankrupt overnight. So how do we avoid that scenario, right? They avoid the scenario by filing a patent. So a patent never gives you a right to practice your idea. A patent always gives you a right to stop others from practicing it. मतलब अगर आपके पास patent है तो आप किसी दूसरे को बोल सकते हैं कि भाई मेरा इस पे patent है, और a life of a patent is 20 years, कि 20 साल तक only I can manufacture or license this technology and things like that. Now, sure, there are some unethical sides of patents and there are some business models which are not ethical, but for the most of it, right, अगर patents नहीं हो तो भाई R&D नहीं होगा, क्योंकि क्यों कोई invest करेगा R&D में जब पता है कि दूसरी कंपनी 1/10 of the cost में sell करेगी. So that's the value of the patents to the society. In fact, US Patent Office is one of the oldest patent office, 200-300 साल से है. Indian, there are multiple Indian patent offices as well. So there is so much value that intellectual property and patents provide. Patents, but here's the thing, right? Patents are not just law. I would say it's 50-50. It's 50% about patents law and 50% about technology. Right, there is, because patents are written on technology. You talk about mechanical engineering patents, electrical engineering patents, software engineering patents, right? So there's so much technology involved, because understanding, applying, because patent ऐसा नहीं होता है कि मैं 4 line का लिख दूं. Usually a patent is 40 pages, right? It's a 40-page technical document, right? If you look, go to google.com/patents, you'll just type anything, right? You'll come across patents on anything, right? Car, automobile, truck, whatever, right? So there's so much thought process that goes behind it, and one has to be very savvy, technically savvy, and one has to be very legally savvy to actually draft patent application and convert. यार मेरे पास एक idea है. Now how do you convert that idea into patent? Right? वो 2 paragraph का जो idea है, how do you write a full-blown 40-page patent application from that? Right? So that's the skill that someone like me or a patent attorney or an agent can convert those ideas into patents and actually write in the technical language that is required by the government worldwide.
Okay. And so patents are filed only in the US, or can one file a patent anywhere?
No, no. Almost all countries have their own individual patent offices.
Right.
And India has 4 patent offices in Delhi, Mumbai, Calcutta, and Chennai. They may have changed, but United States patent office is based in Washington, DC. So every country has their own patent office, and a patent is valid only in its own jurisdiction.
Right.
Right. So they say US patents are valid in US, Indian patents are valid in India, Japanese patents are valid in Japan.
So जैसे आपने जो example दिया था वो pharma product का, वो अगर US में किसी ने register किया हुआ है, then it's only valid in the jurisdiction of the US. So one, I would assume as a corollary to this is that if you want your product to be protected globally, you need to individually go and file a patent everywhere in each and individual country.
That is content. If you think there is a market for that.
Okay.
Right. आपको लगता है कि भाई, if I'm a US company and I've invented a drug and there's a market in India, you have to, करते ही हैं, right? You have to file a patent in India. You have to file a patent in China. If you think now, I'm just making up, right? Tango as a country, right? Very small country, kuch bhi nahi hai, right? There's small population. You don't think there's a big market for it. Patent has its own cost, right? You're hiring very expensive attorneys and agents to draft patent application. So you may not want to invest in small countries jahan aapko lagta hai aapka market nahi hai. But if any country you think that you'll be making money and there's a market, you have to file for a patent to protect your ideas.
Right.
And again, patent is valid for 20 years. Uske baad it's free. Everyone can openly use those ideas.
For any type of patent. I just want to go back to that comment which you made earlier. You said a patent doesn't give you a right to, I don't know if you use the word practice, but a right to practice your idea or execute your idea, but it gives you the right to prevent others from doing it. Did I hear?
Absolutely. That is the, so as an example, मान लो, I'm just making up, आपने हाइड्रोजन बॉम्ब पे पेटेंट बनाया, right? I'm just making up, right? और आपने फाइल कर दिया. Does it really give you a right to practice to make hydrogen bomb? No, right? Government से right चाहिए रहता है. But अगर कोई और कंपनी हाइड्रोजन बॉम्ब बना रही है, right? Then you can say, boss, I have a patent on it. You cannot practice it. Although
years.
For 20 years, right? You cannot make that. Right. So you are so correct that a patent never gives you a right to practice your idea. It gives you a right to stop others from practicing it.
Yeah, but as an intellectual property, आपने जो इसमें इतना investment किया है, you have a right to earn back that, and you know the effort and time and money that you have put into for your idea. You have a right to earn for that idea. That's the concept.
You can sell your patents, right? There's a big
You can
market
also sell
for
your
patents.
patents. Okay.
Yeah, you can sell your patents. In fact, अगर कोई अच्छा idea है, convert करो patent में, and then you can sell it to big companies, right? People do that all the time. You know, it's a very lucrative patent market worldwide. If you remember the Apple Samsung patent lawsuit few years when it was $1 billion. एक वो iPhone का ना 7 पन्ने का patent था वो. Right? I mean, billions of dollars of that single patent.
That's a very interesting nugget, huh? 7 pages. iPhone का patent 7
हाँ, आप अगर आप iPad, iPhone का design patent, I'm not talking about utility patent.
Okay.
अगर आप design, it's 7 pages patent, right? और Google पे जाके type करना iPhone design patent.
Okay.
Right? I mean, multi-billion dollar value of that patent worldwide.
Wow.
Right?
This is a very interesting space, and not too many people know about it. I mean, I know about patents, and I'm sure some people have heard Elon Musk now. If you follow where he says the patent for his cars is an open patent where anybody
it's
can.
Open patents, yeah.
Yeah, he's filed that idea, but it's open to others and to follow through. You know.
So that's called patent promise, and that's a very interesting concept here. So हो क्या रहा है? The industry is shifting towards, rather than aggressive patents, the industry is shifting towards defensive patents. The patent industry is shifting towards defensive patents. मतलब चलो हिंदी में बात करते हैं, इसका क्या मतलब है कि भाई मैं कंपनी ए हूँ, मेरे पास बहुत सारे पैटेंट हैं, कंपनी बी है, उनके पास भी बहुत सारे पेटेंट हैं. अब कंपनी बी ने मेरा कॉपी करके कुछ सेल करना चालू कर दिया, राइट? तो मैं उन पे लॉसूट फाइल करूंगा कि हे, दिस इज माय आइडिया, यू शुड नॉट बी यूजिंग दैट आइडिया in your products. But company B also has patent, and they can potentially file a counter lawsuit. So this is a defensive world where company A knows that they have a patent, company B knows that they have a patent, and just to keep, no one wants to boil the ocean unnecessarily. So just to keep everyone quiet, right, they'll just collect patents and they won't file a lawsuit because pata hai, you know, this is like a classic nuclear missile world, right? Country A knows they have a nuclear missile, B सब चुपचाप बैठेंगे क्योंकि भाई if they start firing nuclear missiles towards each other, it will be a destruction. But you still got to have it to show कि भाई, you know, we are also powerful, right? And that's exactly what's happening in patent world, right? Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Apple, Facebook, right? Every company is filing, has thousands of patents. Right now, they don't necessarily take aggressive action on all of them. Every once in a while they do, but they still want to have those patents for defensive purposes. And each patent, you know, each patent is roughly $40,000 to $50,000, right? अगर इंडियन रुपए में बात करें 30 से 40 लाख का एक patent लगते हैं patent को लेने में. And you're talking about thousands and thousands of patents worldwide.
Wow, that's very interesting. And we've been talking about product patents and design patents, and is that if I were to ask you at a very high level, how would you classify patent categories? What sort of patents?
So there are 3 kinds of patents: utility patents, design patents, and plant patents. And that's since I know mostly about US patent laws, so I think that generally applies to other laws as well. So utility patent is, hey, I have a phone, iske, you know, हजारों इसमें concepts हैं उनके patent. Now design patent is just the shape part of it you can patent, right? And people patent all kinds of designs, right? Even user interface up to certain extent, right? Phone ka patent, right? Keyboard ka patent, mouse ka patent, right? All this is just the shape and the design. And design patent is valid only for 14 years.
Okay.
Right? Utilities, and mostly in US, right? A utility patent is valid for 20 years. Design patent is valid for 14 years. And then there are plant patents, just specific seed. So then, you know, it's a very, it's an industry where the laws are so dynamic and so changing that you have to be abreast with all what's going on in the world, you know, right at your front foot. Because इतना ज़्यादा चेंज होता है, रोज हर 2 महीने में एक नया लॉ आता है और नए कॉन्सेप्ट्स अप्लाई करने पड़ते हैं. according to patent law. So बहुत ही interesting और exciting world है.
No, thank you. So that leads me to my next question. How did you, and the topic of today's discussion as well, how did you end up in this very non-traditional space for many of us in intellectual property?
So a very interesting story, right? I told you MS कर रहा था, right? And while doing MS, I presented a paper at a conference at it's an Office of Naval Research conference.
हाँ.
और मैंने कॉन्फ्रेंस में पेपर प्रेजेंट किया पेंसिल्वेनिया में. नीचे उतरा and there was this gentleman waiting for me.
अच्छा.
And he introduced himself. He's like, hey, I have a company in Atlanta. We are doing exactly the same work. Would you like to join us? I said, क्या बात है, नेकी और पूछ. Of course I would like to. Of course I would like to join you. So I joined that company called Global Technology Connection, based out of Atlanta. It was a small company, right? 5 लोगों की company थी. We were working, all other than myself, 4 of them were PhDs from MIT.
Wow.
Right. So very, very cutting edge. At that time we were working for NASA's Land Rover. You can actually see Land Rover. It's like, hey, I have a part to play in that. Mars pa jo Land Rover gaya. So we were working on that. एक 1.5 साल काम किया, and then one fine morning, my boss is like, hey newbie, look into this. We have a NASA compliance that we have to file for a patent. Why don't you look into it? भाई गेसू का जज्बा, गरम खून की जो होगा हाथ देख लेंगे कर लेंगे टाइप्स वाली बात थी. तो आई वाज लाइक, yeah, sure, I'll look into it. तो मैंने थोड़ा उसके बारे में पढ़ा. मैंने कहा यार ये तो बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग वर्ल्ड है.
अच्छा.
और थोड़ा डीपर उसका एनालाइज किया. मैन इसमें तो कैरियर बनाया जा सकता है, तो बहुत एक्साइटिंग है. The one thing that I learned in my research is, in United States, if you are an engineer and if you appear for this exam called patent bar exam, it's a law exam, very tough exam. If you appear for this patent bar exam, you can actually practice patent law at the United States Patent and Trademark Office. So basically आप law practice कर सकते, which is an extremely extensively lucrative career in United States. Now granted, this exam is extremely tough, right? 11,000 पन्ने की किताब होती है, MPEP, Manual of Patent Examination Procedure. 8 घंटे की एग्जाम होती है. So in my humble attempts, it took me 2 attempts to clear the exam, but I cleared the exam, and I have been practicing patent law. So उसके बल पे I was hired by a law firm in Washington DC. तो 4 साल मैंने वहाँ काम किया. The legal firm called CPA Global. Within 2 years I was promoted to the manager. और फिर उसके बाद GE की एक opportunity मिली, and that's where Gesu thing come into picture. GE में ये बहुत अच्छी opportunity थी to manage their patent portfolio for their controls division. मेरा थोड़ा control का background था. मैं US में GE में किसी को नहीं जानता था, right? But India में मैं काफी लोगों को जानता था जो GE में थे. So Vaibhav Nadkarni, Amol Nagar, they were at GE. तो मैंने बोला कि भाई यार refer करो internally. तो उन्होंने refer किया GE में, because GE is a conglomerate at that time, right? तो उन्होंने refer किया, that helped. I had, after 14 rounds of interview, I was selected. हाँ, वो पूरा मतलब बहुत extensive, 1 घंटे के 2 दिन तक साथ एक घंटे एक आदमी बैठता है, फिर दूसरा, so 2 दिन तक चलता रहता है. So after 14 rounds, I got selected. तो फिर 5 साल I managed controls patent portfolio in Virginia. उसके बाद I found this. So at that time I was managing about $1 million of patent portfolio. Then I moved to Red Hat, where I was managing Red Hat in Raleigh, North Carolina, which is part of IBM now. Right there, I managed about $10 million of patent portfolio. So my responsibilities increased. And then since I've been doing that, it's a very exciting world. And for पिछले 2-3 महीने से I've been working for this cloud security company based out of Silicon Valley. It's a director position. They're in a very good space. Cloud security is a good space. They're in a fast-growing space, right? 700-800 people company, and I found this opportunity very exciting. So I was like, they came. I was not aggressively looking. I was fairly happy at Red Hat. So उसके बाद I've been working for Lookout and pretty happy.
No, I mean, so very interesting career. We'll talk a little bit about a career in a bit, but just staying on with patents and the opportunity presented itself, you grabbed it with both hands and you dived into it, a very challenging space. I heard you say it's a very lucrative career as well. Very interesting space, very technical. What are the skill sets or what's the mindset that is required for somebody if he or she is interested? I'm sure some of our young listeners would want to make a career in patents after listening to your passion about it. And if it rubs off on them, what is required to be in that space?
So obviously a lot of reading, right? That's number one. I mean, I was telling you, right? I read at least 1,000 to 2,000 pages every week, right? It's tons and tons of it. And you'd be doing that for your entire life. If you are in the patent world, all you'll be reading is just a lot of patents. And, these are all hardcore technical patents and amalgamation of all the technologies, right? Like when I was at Red Hat, ek din main middleware ke patents padhta hu. Next day I'm reading patents on cloud container mechanism, right? Or a scheduling mechanism for a container, right? Abhi security mein, right? I'm doing, right? What is ZTNA patent, zero trust network access. So you read a lot of technology. And that's where, again, I'm telling you that Gesu Jazba comes into picture, because one thing, for good or for bad, I remember काफी सारे लोग गेसु में ऐसा करते थे उस टाइम कि एग्जाम के 2 दिन 3 दिन पहले ही पढ़ाई होती थी मेजर, बाकी तो ठीक है, राइट, चलता था. बट एंड आई डोंट थिंक इट्स the right way to learn, but hey, that's how it was. But it kind of helped me extensively, because in the patent world you have to learn everything immediately and apply it right away. So and then you have to forget as well, because naya or padhna wala, you have limited memory. So that helped me a lot in patent world, because you read, you understand it right away. Like koi si bhi technology, right? I'm learning quantum computing now, which is extremely complex. Wow. So you learn everything, you apply it right away, and that comes from that Gesu ki bhai, मैं अपना टाइमर ला के रखता हूँ कि बस ये 3 घंटे हैं मेरे पास ये समझने के लिए. से गेसु में होता था ना कि भाई 3 घंटे हैं मेरे पास ये चैप्टर पास करने के लिए, right? So that time frame, right, that mentality are still working in my entire life.
Yeah, it's very interesting you talk about it, and some of us who read all these leadership and executive development programs and all, there's a lot of talk about sprints. While the analogy and the experiences you talk about, but a lot of people today talk of sprints. Set an alarm. I think Elon Musk has a beautiful quote where he says, if you give yourself 30 days to do something, you will take 30 days to do it. If you give yourself 3 days to do it, you'll finish it off in 3 days, right? And if you give yourself 3 hours, you'll do it in 3 hours, right? So that ability to sprint is very, very important. The other thing which I'm hearing you say is ability to assimilate knowledge very quickly and scale it up is very, very important if you want to be part of this. So you reading 1,000 pages a week is like reading and these are all technical documents, I assume. These are not fictional novels which you can browse through. A novel would be 200, 300 pages, and it's like reading 3 books, technical books in a week kind of stuff. So that's pretty intense.
Yeah, and there's a lot at stake, because a mistake in a patent world can be multi-million dollars. Right, so you cannot be casual about it. Right. So it's a lot of intense reading, क्योंकि काफी पढ़ना पड़ता है, डिटेल में पढ़ना पड़ता है, एक specific part है उस पे address करना पड़ता है, things like that. So the advice for the students I have, and I wish मुझे कोई ये बताने वाला होता when I was in engineering, कि भाई if you want to pursue non-traditional career like patent law, which is very, very exciting, very interesting, और हिंदी में बोलूँ तो competition बहुत कम है, because it requires and there's huge demand, very less people who actually pursue this worldwide, and not just in United States, but in India. So there are 2 avenues through which you can pursue your career opportunities, and एक तो होता है इंडिया में भी पेटेंट एजेंट की एग्जाम होती है. You can appear for patent engineer, you can appear for patent engineer exam, and you can get hired by top law firms or top companies. India में भी आजकल बहुत पेटेंट फाइल होते हैं. India is very respectful nowadays to intellectual property. Previously ऐसा नहीं था, but now the respect for IP has been growing extensively. तो एक वो avenue है. The other is, जो मुझे कोई बताने वाला होता कि भाई you can actually pursue law in United States with an engineering degree in India, right? So MS करने की बजाय, right? So MS तो है ही एक अच्छा option. The other option is you can actually do what here in United States they call it as JD, right? And I mean, if you are an engineer and you have an JD, I can assure you that you will have an extremely high paying job at the age of 25, right? Because 3 साल का यहाँ पे JD होता है. And it's not, if you get scholarship and all of that, it's not very expensive.
Sorry, what does JD mean?
I think it's jurisprudence doctorate, ऐसा कुछ होता है, but it's a
certification.
law degree, right? Yeah.
It's a degree. It's a degree.
Yeah, it's a law. जो India में equivalent of LLB.
Okay. Very interesting. So my message to all those listening and are energized by this non-traditional career in patents, intellectual property, please listen to what Pritesh had to say a few minutes earlier on what you can do if you want to pursue this. But please also remember a few other things which he has shared, which, you have to be very sound in your foundations. You have to be spread out. You can't be in one particular silo unless you're pursuing a very specific space. And you should have the ability to assimilate and read knowledge on a very regular basis. And you're talking about very technical documents, right? And he's already spoken about the dollar value associated with patents, and you cannot afford to be not in the details and being casual about it, right? So if you have all these qualities, do consider this as a potential career option.
Yeah, one really important aspect about a patent career that I wanted to highlight is बहुत satisfaction मिलता है, because you are the first one in your company, in your organization, to know what's the latest and greatest in your organization. You're the first one. किसी ने भी कोई भी चीज invent किया, कुछ पता किया, if you're working for a multi-million-dollar organization, they wanted to file a patent, right? They would approach you कि भाई मेरा ये idea है, मेरे पास इसको patent में बनाना है, convert करना है, right? So it gives you an immense satisfaction to be on the forefront of all the technologies within your organization. And then you continuously tend to read about new stuff on a day-to-day basis. I learned so many things about like crypto and blockchain and NFTs and quantums and all of these new things that's coming up, Web3, right? Just by reading and just by, hey, I have this concept related to Web3 and like, kya hai ye? And then I started reading.
Right. So sorry, go ahead. Please. What you're saying.
No, so I would say the bottom line is, the more you expand your gamut of knowledge, right? Jitna zyada expand karenge, the more you will be able to connect the dots.
Right. So one of the things, Pritesh, I always hear, and as we get into careers, many of us are in careers where we keep doing the same things on a routine basis, right? We don't have new things, we don't have innovation and all that sort of stuff. And we keep, we have monthly cycles, weekly cycles. If we are in manufacturing, we have shift cycles and all that sort of stuff. And we keep doing that, and the opportunity to learn is very less. But one of the things which keeps coming back to all of us is the day you stop learning is the day you stop growing, right? And the way you're describing what you do in intellectual property, it seems it requires you to learn every day, which means you grow every day. And the power of compounding comes through so powerfully over a period of time. Compounding, hum log samajhte hain sirf in terms of money and financial. But if you look at knowledge and growing as an individual, it's these small day experiences and growing experiences, learning experiences, which make you an immensely successful and accomplished professional. And I can see that in your career, the way you have. And let's use this opportunity to move. We've learned a bit about patents. There are a few questions which some people have asked on patents. I won't go there right now. I would suggest that you can reach out afterwards and ask those technical questions around patents. But let's move on to your career, right? Let's talk a little bit about your career. I mean, you work with some wonderful companies, and you described how you got those opportunities and how you went into those and what you did. But talk to us a little bit about your career. I know GE is one of the largest filers of patents, if I'm not mistaken. GE, IBM have some of the maximum number of patents globally, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct. So IBM files for on average 10,000 patents every year, right? They are topmost patent filer in the world. They file more patents than Apple, Google, Microsoft, and Amazon put together.
Wow.
हाँ, 2,000-2,500 patents फाइल करते हैं एप्पल, गूगल, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट, because IBM also sells their patents, right? They are moving away from their that business, but there was a time when IBM made billions of dollars. Product से कोई related नहीं है patent का,
Idea.
but they would just get an idea, get a patent, and sell the patent itself, right? Not the product. They would file patents on really weird things. कोई connection नहीं है business से. And it was a great learning experience both at GE and IBM at Red Hat. So one of the key things that I learned at GE, that GE Mitsubishi patent lawsuit that I was mentioning, that was a life-changing event in terms of my technical career, because I learned a lot, right? Topmost litigation attorneys के साथ argue करना, discuss करना, and you know what? Like these litigation attorneys, $800 per hour का उनका billing rate रहता है, right? These are some of the smartest people on this planet, right? They are engineers, and they are engineers from topmost universities and lawyers at the same time, lawyers from topmost universities, right? और वो argue करते हैं court में. So to discuss and work with them, my God, the amount of learning that I had with them, it was just unbelievable. So it was a hard project. It was tough project, very challenging, but that was also the project that I learned a lot, most extensive. So uske baad, after GE won that lawsuit in 2012, I was awarded as the best legal employee within GE. And then at IBM, जो Red Hat division है, so Red Hat was acquired by IBM in 2019, July 2019. So when I joined Red Hat, they were 200 inventions patent program. That roughly they were filing 200 invention, and I was hired to increase the innovation within the company in terms of patent filing. So when I left Red Hat, it improved to 500 patents.
Wow, 2.5 times.
Yeah, so 2.5 times in 5 years, right? And this is growing, not people, right? It's growing the inventions and the innovation within the entire company.
Amazing.
Go
Sorry,
ahead.
Go ahead.
No, so for that, one of the largest international law firm, Murgatroyd, they awarded me. They saw the efforts that I did. And the IP community took a notice, because the public information hoti hai patents, right? Everyone can google.com/patents, right? People can see what efforts you have done. So they could see the IP community saw my efforts, the intellectual property community, by IP, I mean intellectual property community, saw my efforts. So I was awarded as one of the top 50 leaders in the world in the domain of intellectual property. और उसके बाद very recently, Murgatroyd, one of the largest international law firm, every year they choose one person within the world to designate as an IP hero who has done heroic efforts in the intellectual property domain, right? So they chose me this year in 2021, last year, 2021.
Amazing. And to all our listeners, you're sitting in privileged company, an individual who's been recognized on global forums as one of the topmost authorities on intellectual property and patent. So amazing. Talk to me a little bit about this. I'm trying to read off my notes over here. You spoke about both these awards, right? The one in General Electric and Red Hat. The one in General Electric you talked about from a perspective of that legal case that you were talking about between Mitsubishi and General Electric, right? So just tell me a little bit about it. What was this? This recognition and
पूरी story बताता हूँ. In 2009, Mitsubishi was one of the largest manufacturer of wind turbine in the United States, right? और GE का कहीं नाम भी नहीं आता था.
Okay.
Right. And then GE started inventing some really interesting stuff. Specifically on controls technology, zero voltage right through and stuff, and they filed a number of patents, and there was almost a small patent battle between GE and Mitsubishi. Now come 2017, 2018, right, in 6-7 years, GE is #1 manufacturer of wind turbine in the United States. And Mitsubishi का कहीं आता पता नहीं है. So they changed the entire they changed the entire product portfolio and became number one manufacturer of the United States, riding on their patent program.
Wow.
It was it was such a powerful message to the IP community. I mean, wind turbine patent portfolio काफी extensive इसके बारे में research की गई है. So and GE changed that game, and they became number one wind turbine manufacturer in the world. In United States, I'm not sure in the world, but in United States, they are now the number one wind turbine manufacturer.
Amazing, amazing. And one thought going through me, very, very not specific on this topic, but going through my mind is talking to you is, मतलब हीरे की खदान में, मतलब हीरा आपके सामने है, and we took so long to find you, to know such a accomplished individual today. So it's such a privilege to talk to you and learn about all your such wonderful accomplishments and certifications that you've had. It's just amazing, right? To be recognized in the top 50 and then being recognized the top person in last year as well globally. That's just amazing. So very much I would like to congratulate you for these recognitions and accomplishments. And, I continue to grow, and through Samvad, we would continue to learn more about your successes. And in this alumni association, we should be looking to learn more about it. I just want to, for the benefit of some of us, I wanted to just switch a little bit over here and try and ask you, what was your thought process when you moved from GE, where you're talking about product patents, and then you're talking about Red Hat, and now you're in cloud. These are very different spaces, right? From product into cloud. And how did you make these career changes? How did you think about it?
So very interesting story. Again, I have tons of stories to share. So this is another story. So GE, I told you about control system. This is 2013-14 everyone was talking about cloud, right? और जो GE में हमारे location के engineers थे, right, about 100 or so control engineers, they were learning, but time नहीं होता, right? They are extremely busy. So I did an extra effort to run a presentation for the entire plant on cloud and what cloud computing can do, right? And it was not a requirement, not my manager asked it, but I just took it, क्योंकि learning का बहुत शौक है, right? So I just took an opportunity to learn and presented this, what could we do within our controls division in cloud computing, right? Competitive portfolio, kaun kya kar raha hai, right? I ran 8 or 10 presentations for like 6 months. So that learning was as my segue to move to Red Hat, because Red Hat is into Linux and operating system, cloud. They have this product called OpenShift. So that learning in cloud helped me to move to Red Hat. Now, one thing जो एक मुझे मेरे friends और colleagues से जो सुनने में आती, जो मुझे I don't think that's the right attitude is, अरे मुझे जितने पैसे दिए मैं उतना ही तो काम करूंगा, उससे ज्यादा क्यों करूंगा? I hear that a lot, and I hate that. And here's the reason, right? So throughout my 16-17 years of career, I have had amazing managers, but I have always over-delivered, right? अगर कोई मुझे कोई project करने के लिए बोलता है, तो I do it with a higher quality what they expected and earlier than what they expect. मैं बोलता हूँ कि I'll deliver it on Friday, and then I go ahead and deliver it on Wednesday or Thursday, right? To break their expectation. तो उससे क्या होता है? In my 17 years, I have never had a manager who cares about at what time I come, at what time I leave, at what do I do, right? They just give me a project and voila, right? Call it a day. So वो जो micromanagement part जो होता है ना, वो हट जाता है. So managers never cared what I do because I always over delivered, and that takes a lot of my release. अगर मुझे एक दिन की break लेना हो, छुट्टी लेना हो, right? I don't even ask my managers, right? Because they just don't care, which is such a great space to be in. So one attitude that we may have to change, specifically if you're learning, is अरे मुझे जितने पैसे दिए उतने ही काम करो. No, nothing like that, right? Just go above and beyond. It gives you a lot of freedom, right? And that freedom is extremely valuable.
No,
right?
Go ahead.
No, so once you receive that freedom, I think you can spend a lot of your family time, right? That freedom jo aati hai, it's liberating actually, to be honest. Once you receive that freedom in your day-to-day work, it's very, very liberating. And that comes from over-delivering. Once you over-deliver, your managers, your associates, right? They all think like, अरे कोई problem नहीं है. No one cares about what you do because you always do so good and over deliver.
Yeah, so very interesting. I love the way you explained it. Don't be constrained by the boundaries. And I've seen that seems to be a recurring theme throughout, you know, from your childhood, your Gesu days, you talked about. Never be constrained by the framework and the boundaries in which you are, and continue to aspire for more and deliver more, right? And that's a very good attitude to have. And it's something very important for people who are coming into a professional career or any aspect of life for that matter. It's a very strong life lesson to over deliver. There is no such thing as कि मैं इतना ही करूंगा, यही करूंगा. अगर आपको बढ़ना है, आपको कुछ accomplish करना है, then you need to be able to do that and have that mindset. So it's a wonderful mindset, I think, which we should encourage many more listeners who are here. Please do take note of the mindset that Pritesh carries with him on this. So wonderful. I mean, we have come through your career journey. You're today managing in cloud, and you're in that space. Fantastic. I think we have covered a large part of your what we had set out for today, right? Was there any other story or anything which you would like to share today, which we may not have spoken about so far?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, right? I can go on, and there are बहुत सारी stories है share करने के लिए. But I still remember my first day at Gesu. मैं अपने पेरेंट्स के साथ ऑटो में आया था, राइट? दिस इज एडमिशन के लिए, राइट? जब वो अंदर जाते हैं, एंड आई सॉ there were 4 guys walking, probably seniors. और मैंने, because रास्ता काफी confusing है, किधर से अंदर जाना है, right? That was the first time I was entering college, पता नहीं था. तो I asked someone कि where is the college? So all 4 of them looked, and literally he's like, "अरे वाह, नया मुर्गा आया." So that look, right? That was probably one of the funniest moments, right? That it was clear. I can see. I mean, this was at that time was famous for ragging, right? So that was now I go back, right? It's one of the sweet memories, right? ऐसे जो उनकी आंखों में दिखा था कि ना नया मुर्गा आया type. So I think, and there are a lot of stories like that. I can go on and on.
Yeah, I'm
but
sure.
That's some of the best time I've had at Gesu and beyond. Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's what, we all cherish the memories that we have in our, colleges, universities. So it's really good. And I'm sure you have a lot of stories. We are about 1.5 hours into our conversation, and I know it's morning for you as well, early morning Sunday. We will try and, start summarizing, but I'll just try and see if there are a few other comments which have come in on the chat box, right? So, okay. Karthike is writing saying Pritesh will go places, most probably in the US, was always given, but he will end up an ace in law was a great surprise. So I'm assuming Karthike is a batchmate or...
Yeah, he's a batchmate. Well, Karthike and Ajay Joshi both are my batchmates, so they know me fairly well. Yeah.
Written that. An engineer who is a lawyer, obviously, almost a chimera. I don't know what, maybe it's some... I'm his batchmate, so can pull a bit of his leg, I hope. Okay, Gaurav Mehta has written to me directly saying, Pritesh sir is very good in mentoring juniors. I was one of that juniors. So Gaurav remembers you very fondly for mentoring him. So thank you very much, Pritesh. And I hope you continue to mentor many more. Okay.
Yeah, I remember Gaurav very well. So.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah. So Anil Jain has a few questions on breach of patent and all that. I'll leave those questions to be answered afterwards. Jagdish Pagadia is writing very good career avenue. Great. SK Rathore is writing same practice of studying during preparation of leave and gap between papers in all batches, especially hostelers. So some other few of us share the same.
I'm sure it's a common theme. I don't necessarily agree that it's the right way, but hey, it turned out to be good for me. Yeah. I mean, ideally the learning should be throughout, not just 3 दिन की learning में घोट के.
Absolutely, and I think you've passed that message on very strongly straight up front, where you said that you invested your time and energy in learning, And then in your master's, it also came through very strongly. And that's what I believe is you continue to do. And that's what's driving your career as well. So fantastic. So as we come to the end of our conversation, I was thinking, Pritesh, if you were to, provide some advice or to, summarize our conversation today for the current batch of students or some of the just recently passed out students, what is the message you would like to give them in terms of pursuing non-traditional careers, or even otherwise, if there's anything you would like to, pass on as a message?
Sure. First of all, thank you for this opportunity. There is so much knowledge available right now on Google, right? That I barely can add beyond it from the knowledge perspective, but I can add a little bit from the wisdom perspective, which I have learned and would be happy to share. So some of the things which obviously have shared in the interview is there is no concept of a single domain of engineering, right? That world is gone. Pehle exist hota tha. In this global world, right? The engineering, all of these engineering have combined and come together and will continue to do so. You talk about IoT, right? Internet of Things. Classic amalgamation of mechanical, electrical, software engineering. You learn all three. So ओपन रखना अपना माइंड को कि भाई सारे इंजीनियरिंग ही सीखना है, ऐसा नहीं कि सिर्फ एक इंजीनियरिंग या दूसरा इंजीनियरिंग. नंबर वन. नंबर टू, most important thing is exams and all of this is great, but learning should be number one criteria. Grades should be a byproduct of it, not the other way around. Right? I think that's number two. And number three, just open to ideas and thoughts and trying different things. Try early so that you have the opportunity to fail and then try again. अगर end time पे try करते हैं कोई नई चीज, and you do not have lot of buffer to play with it. But if you try, like GRE मैंने दिया था, right? First attempt I did not score very well. Since I had enough time, I appeared again, right? So since I had enough time, you can try and fail and then learn new things. So those three messages would probably summarize this discussion.
No, wonderful. I have a few takeaways that I made note of in the conversation, and I spoke about them at various points of time. But I think ambition is very, very important. That fire in the belly is very, very important. And I can see that in you from the very beginning, right? Your ambition to aspire for, going out and from Ujjain at a point of time where there were just one or two people, right? Thinking, something totally out of this world kind of stuff, aspiring and having the ambition and the fire in the belly, and then backing it up with very strong work planning and all that is really very good. I also, I admire you for your resilience, your ability to manage adversity, and your optimism in coming out of those so fantastically well and developing skills. You continue to grow and morph yourself into something incredible, almost like a superheroic kind of. I want to use that. No, honestly, I mean, I'm speaking from the heart over here. The way you had, you started, it's a very small, I don't think it's a small thing to be able to write with your left hand. Yeah. It's not easy. And to be able to carry that skill out in that adversity and getting through your exams, sitting through an exam again, going into a totally different world from Ujjain straight away into the US, right? In Pennsylvania is a totally different world, right? Your ability to adapt and change. We talk a lot about this, but people don't realize your ability to adapt and change is amazing. And it helps you grow, learning agility. I mean, if I were to start to tick off some of those things which we would look for in global leaders, I'm sure you would tick off 90%, if not more of those already. Great communication skills. You spoke about theater. We did not have time to talk too much, but you've done a 2-hour theater, and you've done a lot of theater, but you shared a clip of one of your, what drama that you did, the theater that you performed in. Your ability to communicate, connect with people, amazing skills and amazing leadership qualities that you have. I'll just read a few comments before I close the call. There are a lot of comments coming in. I'll just read them for your benefit. Okay, so Karthikeya has educated me at least. Chimera, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, in Greek mythology is a fire-breathing female monster with a lion's head, a goat's body and a serpent's tail, usually thought to be a mythological creature, but the Chinese have proved us wrong. So anyway, I think it's a very good compliment that he has paid you. Anil Jain is writing, enjoyed the conversation very much today, very interesting. Virendra Kumar Sharma ji is writing, Pritesh, after listening your whole conversation, I say we are proud of you. And I echo this very, very strongly. All of us are extremely proud of what you've accomplished, and we do wish you a lot more. We are proud of you as you ventured into a non-traditional career and made your name globally. Indeed, you have been recognized and as a global leader in the space that you're in. Keep it up and make our country flag high. Typically, they say that it's important for every individual to keep the family name, keep your country and your alma mater name up, right? Typically, agar aap kahenge kis cheez ke aap, what do you want to be, the legacy you want to leave behind, are some of these are the three that you would. And I can say, and Virendra Kumar Sharma ji has written this. It's typically, and you have proven us on that. So very proud of you indeed. Karthikeya is saying, great time hearing Pritesh after so many years. Good luck and Godspeed, buddy. Jagdish Pagari is writing, hats off Pritesh, सीखने को बहुत है, जहां में जो फील्ड हमको पता भी नहीं, तुम उस फील्ड के डायरेक्टर हो. Very nice, right? Ashish Chauhan is writing, great time hearing you, sir. You are one of the influential seniors of our college. So a lot of people who are influenced by you and mentored by you, expressing their gratitude over here. Huh? Excellent, excellent. You're a feather in the Gesu crown. Okay, thank you very much for sharing your knowledge and experience with us. Look forwarding to connect with you. This is Tashi Chobe, who's in the same field. So amazing comments over there. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening to us today. I would like this opportunity to thank the Samvad team for creating this platform and allowing all of us to be able to come in and connect with such individuals such as Pritesh. I am much more for the better having had this conversation and getting to know you, Pritesh. I've learned so much. I'm energized by this conversation, and a big thanks to the entire Gesu Samvad team for setting this up. So Puneet Bhatnagar sir, Kemishra sir, English sir, and all the others who are associated with this platform and bringing it together. There's so much value in this, and I hope, if anything, Pritesh, you and I talked about this, both of us, I carry this message on behalf of both of us. If anything, if we are able to ignite the passion and the flame of pursuing a career in intellectual property or whatever, if we have been able to help any one single individual and ignite that flame in that individual to achieve success way beyond and fulfilling their potential, we will be very happy. We will feel we would have received the reward of having carried out this conversation, sharing whatever Pritesh had to share for today. So thank you very much, Pritesh. I would like to end with a quote which I read. It's an anonymous quote, but I think it signifies what I think of you. It says, I will go where there is no path, and I will leave a trail. You are certainly leaving a trail for others to follow, and you're walking through a path which very few Gesuites have done so. But I'm sure as you lead and carry the lantern ahead of us, there will be many more who will follow in this path and will be motivated by you. So thank you very much for your time today. Thank you very much for sharing your personal life journey and your career journey with us and all about patents. It was lovely talking to you. I wish you a wonderful day ahead, a good weekend, and a very successful career. We will remain in touch through the Gesu Alumni Association, and I'm sure you'll influence many more people as we go ahead.
Yeah, sure. And sir, honestly, it's an honor to be interviewed by you. So for the folks here, कल सर का फोन आया कि चलो 10 मिनट बात करते हैं. मैंने कहा ठीक है, right? Let's connect. We spoke for 2.5 hours.
Yes.
It was just, it is such a pleasure. We were able to connect on so many topics. So Abhay sir, hats off to you actually for conducting and organizing in such a beautiful manner. You're a great person, exceptionally good personality, and a great fire to give back to the community and make a difference and impact in the society. So please, but please keep this up. This is such a great skill to have in life. And yeah, it's almost enlightening for us. So thank you so much. Yeah, and thank you to the alumni group, to Sanjay sir, English sir, Puneet sir, Ajay Pathik sir, and everyone who contributed in making this as a successful community. So thank you to the Gesu Samvad team.
Thank you very much, Pritesh. The feeling is mutual. I loved speaking to you. You're such an amazing person, such an accomplished individual. It's a privilege for me to be able to know you and connect with you so closely. And it's just wonderful to be able to speak to you and all the things that we spoke about. You're an amazing person and you will do very well. So thanks a lot for all of that. And with that, friends and family of Gesu, we now will call this session to a close. Thank you very much for listening to us, and wish you all a very good evening ahead, good day ahead, wherever you are in the world. And take care, stay safe. Shabak khair. Good night. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Bye-bye.